Go. All right. Hey, you guys. Welcome to our team call, March the 6th. Can you believe it? So we are having one team call a month, the first Tuesday of every month at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So this call is so important to me, and I hope it is to you, because this is a time when our team, our Fit Fighter Nation family can join together and can learn together and just kind of be gathered on the same mission and just have a chance to just grow. And I love this. Throughout each month, we will always have one team call, but we also are going to have extra like live trainings on the team page. And then Erica is going to do a special edition. Erica Buzzard is going to do a special edition call and training for us next Tuesday. I'm not exactly sure the time. So Erica, if you know the time, you can put it in the chat box. And I know that she's going to advertise it and share it on our team page. But I think it's going to be more in the afternoon for her, but it's obviously going to be recorded so that everybody can catch it back. But sometimes we just have to be flexible with our times based on our family schedule and what's going on. We totally understand that. And it's going to piggyback and extend on what we're talking about tonight, because I think what we're talking about tonight is so incredibly important, which is branding. Which, I mean, I can't believe I am a former high school English teacher talking to you guys about like marketing and branding tonight, but I think it's going to be just awesome. And I'm really excited. I put a lot of time and energy into prepping for it and know that it's going to be something incredible for you all. So tonight, we are going to set the tone for the night. We are going to go through some recognition where you are going to put in the chat box all of the items that I ask you, all the people that I ask you to recognize. I'm going to share some announcements. It is the first call of the month. So we're starting off a month. There's a lot to talk about, but then I'm really going to get into the content. I do want you to be prepared for an hour. And I want you to just try your hardest to be present. I know life is probably going on around you. We are recording it, so there is a playback in case you missed something, but just try really hard because I think it's going to be really awesome. And I think being on live is just huge, okay? So I think that, Erica, did you share yet? 2 p.m. Eastern on the 13th. Thank you, dear. Okay, awesome. All right, so before we even start tonight, I just want to take a hot second to welcome and thank all of you all that are on here, because I am completely aware of the sacrifice that it takes and probably everything that you had to like line up to make sure that you can be sitting here right now listening to this call. I recognize that. And I totally appreciate it, because I feel like as coaches, we're volunteering so much of our time and our energy and our time that we used to be sitting on the couch, maybe with a spouse or a partner or children, to put time and effort into growing and building our businesses. And so this sacrifice that you're making tonight is absolutely 100% appreciated, well noted, and it's something that I totally respect. And I will make sure that every minute of tonight is worth your while, okay? I promise. And with that being said, I want to make sure if we have any new coaches on the call, if you notice any of your new coaches on the call, that you absolutely shout them out below because you see them on here. And you just want to say, congratulations, you made it to your first team call. I remember the first time I ever got on Zoom and I was like, can people hear me? What's happening? Nobody in the house moved. Like, what's going on? And I was like really just scared that I was going to mess something up. You're totally not going to mess the thing up. By all means, please know that. And nobody's watching, just you and your little square, promise. It's like when you're in a group exercise class and you feel like everybody around you like can see every time you mess up, and nobody is, because they're just concentrating on their own moves. It's one of those kinds of things. So welcome all of our new coaches to our team call tonight. I think it's fun when our family gets to get together. My favorite time, though, is when we actually get together in person, and we'll get to do that at Summit this summer, which I'll talk about in a second. But really quickly, I want to help you, and I'm going to apply some of the habits that I've been learning and implementing through the book that I'm totally obsessed with right now, which is High Performance Habits by Brendon Burchard. I know a lot of you guys may have gotten this as a gift from Brendon and Carl Deichler if you're in Carl's 1x3x5 group. This is a book that I got as soon as it was released. A lot of us had the pleasure of hearing Brendon speak not once but twice at Summit last year. And I've just been obsessed with his work since, and I listen to him and read him every day. He's one of those mentors that I need in my head all the time to keep me on my A game. And one of the habits that I've really taken away from him is when I sit down in my workspace, I want to create clarity of what is my purpose right now? Why am I here right now in this space? And what kind of energy do I want to put into this right now? And so I want you to kind of establish that, like, why are we here right now tonight? You know, we are here as a team, gathering, collaborating, learning, growing, and we are here now just to pour into ourselves. And I am here to pour into you and to help you grow. And I'm going to bring every ounce of that energy, but you are here to receive that with an open mind and an open heart and with no fear and no doubt in your way that anything is possible. Like, that is what that clear vision of what I want you to have tonight. And then also I want you to do a really quick check-in on just your mental state right now, knowing that you're at home and you've got lots of things and in your head or people around you, or laundry and dishes. You probably walked out of the kitchen with dishes in the sink. I don't know. That always bothers me, but it happens all the time. But I want you to stop that noise in your head, and I want you to say, who needs me on my A game right now? I want you to ask yourself that question. Who needs me on my A game right now? And that's you. You need you on your A game right now. You as a business owner, you know, you as a Team Beachbody coach, you need, you know, you as a Fit Fighter Nation coach needs to be on your A game right now for yourself. Okay. And I want you to accept that and be cool with that. And just be fully present right now with what we're going to share tonight. Okay. Deal, everybody? Sound like a plan? Okay, so first of all, let's do some recognition. So we are shouting out, yes, a lot of our, oh, look, you're already doing it. I'm so excited you guys are doing it. You're shouting each other out. But you guys, if you have new coaches that are on this call, if you have some of your coaches who have been changing lives on your team, I want you to shout them out. If you have anyone on your team that has been rank advancing in the last week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks since the last time we've had a call, shout them out on the strand. You know, Stephanie McDonald, new Emerald coach, and one of my PS coaches, so excited for her to advance and move her business forward. You know, all of you guys that are showing up on your fitness journey, tell us what day of which program that you're on. You know, shout yourself out for your commitment to your health and fitness journey. It is hard to stay committed. You know, it's one of those things that I want you to recognize and shout yourself out. Tell us what day of your program that you're on. I'm assuming a lot of you guys are on day 46, right? Okay. And then, you know, all of you that are sharing your journey on social media, I want to personally shout you out right now and just commend you for that, because I know how scary and hard that can be, especially when you're starting this journey or when you're on this journey for a while and you're like, oh my gosh, you people still want to see a sweaty selfie. You know, you're still sharing your health, your fitness journey, your struggles, your successes on social media, because it is truly making a huge monumental impact on others. So I just want you to make sure that you recognize that within yourself and that I see that is what you guys are doing. Oh, I love it. Look at you guys. Love it, love it, love it. Lots of day 46s out there. Okay. So, and you guys that shared your before and afters on the team page, thank you so much. Like, it's so cool and it's so inspiring to me. It keeps me on my journey too. When I see that you guys are doing it, it really does. I love seeing it. Okay. So moving in, keep the recognition coming in the chat box. I love it. Okay. So announcements moving forward. So there's a lot of good stuff going on. There's a lot of really awesome stuff going on. The first and I guess what I want to bring to your attention right now is that we have a super weekend coming up, the first weekend in April. And then if you're in the Indianapolis area, ours is on Sunday, April the 8th. It's a really hard time, at least in my life, because it's like spring break and, you know, kids and a lot of, you know, like holiday weekends and things like that. It's kind of challenging, but we're going to make it happen anyway. So if you're in the Indy area, we're having ours on Sunday, April the 8th at the Ritz-Charles in Carmel, and Michael Neiman will be our guest. And we will have a live workout, and we will have a huge Instagram training at that event. We'll have a Shakeology and Daily Sunshine bar. We'll have lots of like spirit wear you can buy there or ahead of time. We're also having a PD book swap, so it's going to be really fun. And having Michael there is always amazing. He's going to do some corporate training on the compensation plan and earning an income in this business. Plus, he'll bring his own funds into it. So it's going to be really great to have corporate there and being able to meet someone from corporate. So I know that you guys like love to come to these events. I want you to make sure that you can come. If you live 2, 3, 4 hours from Indianapolis, I want you to make sure that that is something that you're trying your hardest to make a priority, and that you reach out and you do not come to this event alone, that you bring a family member, you bring a best friend, you bring a current challenger, you bring people with you to help them understand what it is about this that you love so much. prospective customers, prospective coaches are amazing to bring to Super Saturday events as well. And so none of those tickets or anything have been released yet. So you haven't missed anything. We just finished wrapping up the final details. I assume that will happen tomorrow. Okay. There's no like early bird or VIP or anything like that for this event. It's just all boom. It is what it is. Okay. Summit is coming up, and there is, I was pulling this up on the Beachbody Champions page, which I think, did I lose it? Okay, there is, let me pull this up really quickly because I want to make sure I say this right. Okay, Erica's posting on our Diamond Strand. Okay, girlfriend, what are you doing? Okay, so right now there's a $155 March special for Summit tickets. Okay, so it sounds like, you know, that Carl is wanting everybody to be at Summit. And I don't know why you wouldn't want to be at Summit. So you guys, Summit is in June, June 21st through the 24th. I did not go to my first Summit because we had a family reunion, and it was like so hard to not be there and see everyone there. I remember last year, Sarah, you like had the same thing, Sarah Morris. You had a family event or a vacation. It was like, I'm never missing that ever again in my life. So like you want to go. I'm like so proud of Alicia and Marlo because I know they're going to be traveling from Louisiana, like to come to Indianapolis. Like they're making this huge like sacrifice and effort to come to Indy, to be with our team and to be with Team Beachbody, to make sure they can be part of this amazing event. It's not just about workouts. It's the most incredible training that you will ever have in your life, and some of the best parties, and just the best, like Beachbody rolls out the red carpet for all of their coaches. They will transform the city into Team Beachbody, and I cannot wait for you guys to see it. It's going to be incredible. We are going to actually have something really fun for our entire team, and I want you guys to plan on this. Well, first of all, Julie Voris is our upline coach, and she is the head of Sparta Nation, and she's having a party at Scotty's Brew House in downtown Carmel, or downtown Indianapolis, on the Tuesday before Summit. So that would be, I think, is that the I'm looking at it. Hold on, June 19th. Okay. So that's early, like June 19th, especially if you're traveling in from out of town. So try to make that work if you can, like all of Sparta Nation. Like that'll be a really amazing, cool event to be able to attend. And you are all invited if you're a part of Sparta Nation. So she sent out save the dates, I think, to as many people as she could dig down into the downline invitations to attend. But something that we are going to do as a Fit Fighter Nation team is on Friday night of Summit. Okay, so I can't tell you dates. I can't count backwards, but Friday night of Summit. Okay, whatever that date is. I'm not going to say the wrong date. Somebody can put it in the chat box. We are going to do team photos. So we have a photographer. We're going to do team photos. And we are going to do a special incentive as a gift from David and I, that anyone who is a Diamond coach at Summit is going to be able to get their headshots taken that night as well. And so that's an amazing incentive for you guys to regain a Diamond and to advance to Diamond. Officially, there's this April 12th deadline to be recognized at Summit as a Diamond, right? If you know this, because there's these qualification periods, and Beachbody needs to know ahead of time so they can get your name on a banner and get you the right lanyard and do that kind of prep work. So it's kind of early that you got to advance to be recognized at Summit as a Diamond, April 12th. But for us, for David and I, we're like, if you are a Diamond on the Thursday before Summit, you get your freaking headshots taken. Okay. Because like we want you to work your booty off to make that goal happen, because we know so many of you are working so hard to make that goal happen, that you show up, if you attend Summit and you are a Diamond coach, then you get to get your headshot taken on Friday beforehand. We'll take our team photos, we'll take our headshots. It'll be awesome for you guys to get that. So we're really excited to be able to do that for our team. And so just plan on it. We'll plan on what to wear and all that stuff later. Like you're already like, what do I wear? Is it dressy? Is it casual? Where's it going to be? We hope it's going to be outside along the canal. We'll find the best spot. Don't you worry. Okay. But we have a great photographer that's going to do that for us. So really, really excited to offer that to you guys. And my PS coaches are going to have a fun event too beforehand as well. So it's going to be super fun. Okay. And then you guys, Daily Sunshine right now, you can get yourselves Daily Sunshine for $77 with shipping as a coach. Okay. No freaking brainer right now. It's $30 off. Okay. And so you guys, like, be smart. Okay. This is 90 PV of volume. Okay, this will keep any business center active. This will keep any coach active. This will give you 90 PV points. This is an amazing opportunity for you, and it only costs you $77. And you can get a bag of Daily Sunshine or the packets or anything like this. Now, I just got some today because you know what I'm loving to do with this? I'm loving to send packets of Daily Sunshine to my new challengers and to my new coaches to let their children and their families try Daily Sunshine. I'm also going to be doing some giveaways of packets on my Instagram stories just to increase engagement as well. So let's just be smart about this. It's one of the most amazing investments in your business that you can make is to give our own products, put our own products in the hands of other people and let them try them. I think people are a little hesitant right now to get a whole nother bag of Shakeology because they're like, I'm already buying 1 bag or 2 bags or 3 bags. Me and Jenny Fellows. Like, I don't know how many bags she's buying every month because like everybody in her house is drinking Shakeology and she has 4 children. And so like, she's gonna be like, are you serious? Like, I can't buy anything else, Erin, but like, it's such an amazing deal. And I think it's a great opportunity to get this healthy, super shake into the hands of children and families. I even have some people that Shakeology is hard for their stomachs a little bit, and Daily Sunshine is working out so much better for them. So there's just some good options. There's even some days where I'm having trouble getting all my food on my meal plan C, and Daily Sunshine is coming to the rescue. So there's some, think about it. Be smart about that. It's just a huge opportunity to get some products in your hands, to try them into the hands of your challengers and coaches, into your audience. So think about that. Okay, I'm going to move faster. Your Success Club incentive for March and April is to get Success Club 20 so you can get invited to the Success Club party at Summit. Like, just freaking do it. Between total combined SE20, March and April together, boom, you get an invitation to the party. It's 10 people. That's 10 lives. That's it. 10 lives you can change, okay? That's 10 orders of Daily Sunshine on Home Direct, okay? You can do that. Let's see here. April 12th, we talked about it. Our next team call, put it on your calendar, is April the 3rd. Okay, 9 p.m. April the 3rd. Be there, share with your team. And then Eric is training March 13th, 2 p.m. Eastern. And then we have 2 sneak peeks this month, which I'm so excited about. We have 2 sneak peeks because we have lots of people to share this business opportunity with. And we are having lots of different voices and leaders leading these sneak peeks. So it's just going to be really incredible. Our first one is March. Stop. Don't say May, Erin. Okay, March 15th. Is that right? I'm now got it a second. Okay, March 15th and March 29th, 9 p.m. Eastern. They will both be in our sneak peek into part-time coaching Facebook group that is linked on the Fit Fighter Nation page. So in the same group it's been happening in, same webinar style, you're going to have different stories, different voices. It's going to be really incredible. So we will be sharing lots of great graphics and info about inviting to that in the next few days on the team page. So we're going to make sure you're prepped and ready, but we want to make sure you have those dates on your calendar. So March 15th and March 29th at 9 p.m. Eastern, webinar style in the sneak peek group, okay, that we have on our team page. Okay. Announcements are done. Okay, let's shake that off. All right, that was like, I'm like, man, I hate going through announcements, but we need to know about things like that. Okay, are you guys ready? I'm so excited for this. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with y'all. All right, gotta pull this up. All right, now once I start the presentation mode, I'm not going to be able to see anybody, okay? So everybody good? Anybody have any last minute questions or anything like that? Once I can't see you, you can just, I guess, do whatever you want. You can start folding laundry again or whatever you need to do, right? I'm just kidding, you guys. I know. Okay. So you guys, let's do this. Let's jump into branding, okay? So I got to move this out of the way so I can see what I'm doing over here. All right. Presentation mode is on. Okay, so I've been thinking about this call for a really long time and this content and training for our team because I feel like there's been such a shift in social media, especially those of us who've been coaching for a while. And then those of you that are new, you're kind of like, what do I share and what do I post? And I don't know, like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? You just kind of feel like sometimes, I don't know if you feel like me, but you're like just throwing stuff out there and you're like, let's see if it sticks. Let's see if this affects anyone. let's see if anybody relates to this. I don't know. Like, what am I doing? And you're like, I've got the, the post-workout picture. I can do that. I can tell you that I got my workout in today. But other than that, I'm kind of lost on, like, what do I share on social media? And I think what it all comes down to is your brand. And I think that for a lot of us that we think, like, we're a Team Beachbody coach, right? We're doing 80-day obsession. We're drinking Shakeology. It's already branded for us, right? It speaks for itself. The company speaks for itself. BOD speaks for itself. It's branded. It has a color scheme, whatever. So like it is, and that's true. Team Beachbody is already branded. But what we're going to dig into tonight is, who are you, okay? Because you are also your own brand. That blew me away, and it kind of freaked me out, okay, when I first thought about that, which was a few years ago. And I feel like I've been like trying to figure this out forever, okay? And then recently I was talking to a bunch of friends, and I was listening to Trina Gray talk and all this kind of stuff, and it just all kind of came together for me. And I'm like, I've got to teach this. I can't not teach this because I figured something out. And so this was my brand. And I'm going to share with you tonight what my brand is. And I think that you're going to be like, okay, I get it now. And I'm going to leave you tonight with a task to legit, like, this isn't like, okay, maybe I'll get around to it. No, if you're freaking serious about this, and you actually do want to stop just throwing posts out there and hoping they stick, and if you really do want to relate to people and reach the right ideal client, you will do this exercise that I give you tonight. In fact, I think by the time I'm done talking, you'll pretty much have it done in your head. It'll just be a matter of getting it down on paper or whatever, however you want to present it. But tonight you're going to leave knowing what your brand is and having so much more clarity on what that means. So, I found some awesome quotes that really just kind of stuck out to me tonight. But I liked this one. We are CEOs of our own companies, Me Inc. Okay. Or Erin Young Fitness. That's me. To be in business today, our most important job is to be the head marketer for the brand that's called you. I get to be the head marketer for Erin Young Fitness. You get to be the head marketer for your team, for your Beachbody business. You're the head marketer for that. And that's really empowering. It may scare the bejesus out of you, but I want you to not remember tonight we're on our A game. There's no fear. There's no doubt. It's open-minded, open heart. And we're just like, yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. Because the thing of it is, if we don't tell our own story and we don't share our own story and decide what our marketing and brand is, then other people are going to define it for us. And that is not what you want to do. Because I know I lived most of my life with other people defining who I am and what I'm supposed to do and what I'm supposed to like. And this is your opportunity to just be you. And that's what I love about this, is I get to be me. And every day I get to just share that and celebrate it and relate to other women who are like me. And that's what we get to do as coaches. And that's who we get to work with. And when we are working with people who are like us, it's really freaking awesome. And it's so much fun. And it makes getting out of bed and checking your challenge groups and sending invites way more fun when you are talking to someone who's just like you, who relates to your story, who gets your story. Like, seriously, it's amazing. And legit, I figured this out like 3 to 4 weeks ago, and it's already working for me. I'm already talking to the right people, and it's fun. Okay. So your brand, and this is what's kind of fun, and I've always done this, okay? Like, I like to get a group of people together, okay? I like to like get my best friends or people who kind of know me, or David, my husband, and I like to be like, okay, so like, what do you think like is cool about me, or different about me, or unique about me, or like, what do you notice about me that stands out? Like, I like to ask people questions like that, or, what part of my story just really, really connects with you, or do you remember is really vivid for you? And so, this quote resonated with me too. Your brand is what other people say about you when you're not in the room. It's that impression you leave on people. It's that value you add to others' lives. It's that unique factor, the uniqueness that's you, that's only you, and that's what your brand is. It makes you relatable. I also think it gives you extreme power, and it also gives your audience complete clarity of who you are. We're all Beachbody coaches. We all have Shakeology. We all have Beachbody On Demand. We all lead challenge groups. We all invite people to sneak peeks. But in the middle there, in the missing piece there, is what makes you different from me, what makes you relatable. And it could be the same freaking things that we both love, coffee and Target, which is totally cool. But you got to know what it is that makes you different and unique from someone else, from another Beachbody coach. And really all that is, if you just held a mirror up in front of your face, the answer is right there. We just have to figure it out and be able to showcase that and share that when we get to social media. Okay, so I hope that you guys are still with me. Okay, so let's just use these 3 examples as it's just concrete, tangible brands, okay, of examples of brands. And we're looking at 3 magazine covers. Okay, 3 magazine covers. Cosmo, which I loved to read when I was in college, and I don't even know, right? I haven't picked up a Cosmo for years. HGTV, which I freaking love this magazine, and Magnolia Journal, which I am obsessed with, okay? And so these are 3 different magazine covers. These are 3 different brands, 3 different branding methods, and I just, if you look at these, you can see how they're different, and their color, their layout, their vibe, their message, their headlines, what products or services they offer, their age group, their demographic, their audience. There's so many differences, and you can tell that in 2.2 seconds of skimming and scanning these colors, these covers. You can see how there's a very different vibe and a very different audience that these magazines are attracting, different purposes here. It's very clear. So tonight we are going to be thinking about your brand as your own magazine cover. And I think this is going to be so much fun, and it's so tangible, and it's creative, and it's super cute. Okay. Your brand is actually your magazine cover. Well, really, what am I talking about here? Okay, let's be super obvious. Your magazine cover is actually what's happening on your Facebook page and your Instagram profile. Okay, so take a deep breath here. Let's process that. So if you guys were to legit pick up your phone or look at your Facebook page right this second, or your Instagram profile, okay, not your stories, your profile, just your pages. And if you were just to really quickly pull up your Facebook profile, pull up your page, okay? Really do it, okay? And you literally scrolled the last 5 or 6 photos, okay? Would you say those photos represent you as a brand, okay? And we'll get even deeper into this, but are you are you happy with what you see? Do you think that it shares a vibe, attracts a certain demographic, that it shares with people what services you offer, how you help people, what you believe in and what you value, what's important to you, your hobbies, your interests, your favorite things? Is that present there? If people dive into your Facebook profile, do they get to see what's inside of your magazine, your storefront? Okay, this is your storefront, your Facebook page. It's your magazine cover. When your readers open it up, what are they going to get from you? Can they see that from quickly scrolling? Or do they just see it, maybe, or I'm not really sure. Okay, whatever your answer is, it's totally cool. But I think about when I'm walking down the street in downtown Noblesville, which I do that a lot, actually, because we have cute shops and boutiques, coffee shops, that kind of thing. And one of my favorite boutiques is called Little Gypsy. Okay. The storefront is adorable. And some of you guys went shopping there with me not too long ago. And legit, like Allison, the owner of the store, she knows who her audience is. She knows who she wants to walk into her store because she's calling my name. She like, with the color scheme, with the floral, with the gypsy vibe, with everything she's got going on, like she's like, Erin, come here. This is your Mecca. Okay. And so like, I just look inside the window and I want to walk in the door and go shopping immediately. And then there's all this jewelry and it's beautiful and it's awesome. Okay. As opposed to the antique store. Okay. We have all these antique stores. I walk past an antique store and I'm like, yeah. Right? It doesn't appeal to me. It's not my vibe. It's not for me. It's not what I want. Like I see what's going on in the storefront window and I'm out. I'm not interested at all. Okay. And so like their demographic is completely different. Their shopper is completely different from Allison's store, Little Gypsy. She knows exactly who she's marketing to. Her brand is so specific to the needs of me and what I like and what I want. In the antique mall, they know who's going to walk in their door and they're appealing to them. Okay. And so that's the same thing with your Facebook page. Like, you know, people are scrolling, deciding if they want to open up the cover, if they want to open the magazine, if they want to have a conversation, if they want to ask you for more information. They scroll it and they're trying to decide if they want to be part of your tribe, if this is like a joke or whatever, you know. And then, you know, the same thing, you know, I mean, just like the store, you know, like they got to put on the bright stuff in the window. They got to use the right color scheme, the right marketing, the right outfit, you know, to pull me in and make me want to walk inside and shop. And we have to do the same thing with ours. And so tonight we're going to figure out what that looks like. So, you know, even breaking this down and looking at the Magnolia Journal, you know, I'm obsessed with this journal. I literally will sit and read it like a book from cover to cover every single time I get it. And I'm like, well, gosh, that was a waste. Like it lasts me like an hour, you know, and I'm done with it. I devour it. Well, you know, when we look at the Magnolia Journal, what is it that I love about it? You know, like who is their audience? Just from looking at this cover, this is so different from Cosmo, right? Like you can tell who they're marketing to just from the vibe of it. You can see from their headlines what they value. You can see what is important to them just from looking at the photos and the table set for a family dinner behind them. You know, you can see what kind of services they're offering and learn about it just from reading the headlines. You totally get their vibe and personality from Chip and Joanna from this, you know, laid back, easygoing and stylish and happy, smiling. You get it from them. So creative, you know, their message you get from them just underneath of their Magnolia Journal, inspiration for life and home. You get that from them. And then their specialty, you can see that again, just from looking at the images and getting the vibe and reading the headlines. You know all about their brand, what they stand for, who they're attracting, what services you're going to get when you open up that magazine just from looking at the cover. Okay. So I hope you see kind of where I'm going with this. So the thing of it is, and tonight, you know, we're going to take it, and I don't want you to be overwhelmed with this list 1 through 14. Take a screenshot or whatever. You don't need to complete any of this right now. But I just felt like, and this is something that actually Erica is going to dive into way more next week. So know that this bigger lesson, more, you know, more thorough lesson is coming next week. I really do think, and I've mentioned this avatar, or, you know, who's your shopper, who's your ideal client, your customer, your reader of your magazine. You know, I've mentioned this many times recently in my live video that I did on Sunday night. I've talked about it with the Rising Stars over and over again, because you guys, like, I literally was kind of like, I had this epiphany that my ideal client has changed. Like when I started this business 6 years ago, I was a full-time working mom. You know, I was like, I don't know, so lost in a black hole. And I just was like, I had not really developed who I am as much as who I am today, and with clarity and real confidence. And recently I was sitting it was when I was traveling to Denver, meeting with the girls that I had the retreat with. And I was sitting next to this really fun mom. We actually had the exact same shoes on, which are my favorite black boots that I could wear every single day. We were both wearing my favorite boots, right? And she sits down right next to me on the plane. I mean, I was like, what are the odds, right? And she was totally cute, and she was so bubbly and fun to talk to. And she was a creative interior design from Carmel, blah, blah, blah. And I was sitting there and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's I would love to have her in our challenge groups. I would love to have her on our team. Oh my gosh, she would be so much fun to go to Summit with. Oh my gosh, I would love to have her and her husband over to my house with David, to our house. This would be so fun. I can see Avery babysitting her kids. It was oh my gosh, she's my ideal client. And so I just sat down right then and there and I grabbed out a piece of paper and I was like, okay, so who's your ideal client? Literally, it was I needed that inspiration I needed to see the woman that I I want to work with her. Right. And I wrote her name down and I just started, and I was actually, as I was sitting there next to her, I'm I hope she doesn't see what I'm doing, but I was inspiration's coming. I got to write this down. So I wrote down everything about her, what I could see, but also what I was imagining. Okay. From the stories that she was telling me about her children and her job and traveling with her husband and being so sleep deprived because of her baby. I was imagining and filling in the details of way more. But what I was noticing is that Hillary and I were exactly alike. Okay. And so I wrote down answers to pretty much all of these questions you see here. And so when I speak on social media, when I'm writing a post on social media, I'm speaking to my ideal client, which right now her name is Hillary, and it's a real person, and it makes it so much easier to have a real person in my head. And she and I are friends on Facebook. We're chatting back and forth, but I have yet to invite her because I want to be girl, do this right. Don't jump the gun, okay? But I mean, I'm thinking about what do they look like? What do they do for a living? How much education do they have? Do they like dogs? Do they have pets? All that kind of stuff. What's her vibe and her attitude towards life? Is she positive, or she wants to be positive, but man, she's struggling right now? Her favorite places to shop. What is she totally obsessed with? Her coffee and her coffee mugs, or, wearing slippers around the house, being cozy and comfy, getting home from work and just throwing on her comfortable pants, or, whatever that is. Her favorite places to unwind and vacation, the beach, her hobbies, what she loves doing. But really what I want to know more about and what I want to speak to is her heart and the way that she's feeling. How is she feeling in her life right now? What does she dream and have? What kind of dreams and desires does she have for her life? And what is she struggling with? What's holding her back? What changes does she want to make? What makes her happy and makes her smile? What makes her laugh? What allows her to relate to me? And then what is so important to her in her life? And what are her values? What does she value? Because I'll tell you what, when you look back at the Magnolia Journal, they know who their ideal reader is, right? They know exactly who she is. Because they wrote down a description of me pretty much. Bring family together around the campfire. The only gift guide you need this holiday season. Delicious recipes. Fresh ways to use holiday greens. Savor the season. They're speaking to people that need that information right now. They know what people are struggling with. They know what they like. They know what warms their heart. They know they value family. They know they value relationships and that time well spent with families. And we honestly need to know that too. We need to know who that ideal client is, because we need to invite her or him to look at that magazine cover and open it and engage in a conversation or send that message or comment on our post. That's what we're wanting to do. So I do think that saying this and sharing this is extremely important. Okay. So moving on, this is what I want you guys to start writing down as many ideas as you can. Just start brain dumping as I am talking. Okay. Literally, I want you to walk away here tonight and have like so many ideas written down and be so excited about it. Okay. But I want you to actually think about your own magazine. So it's time for your magazine. Okay, what's it going to be called? Well, mine's just called Erin Young Fitness. Okay, yours might just be called Megan Harrell or Sarah Morris, like whatever it is. Like it does, it's just you. You're the brand. Okay, you are the brand. It doesn't have. Don't like worry about the title. But when someone opens your magazine, they need to know these things about you. Okay, so let's start here. Okay, so you can write these things down now. You can take a screenshot of it. You can come back later. Whatever. Write as much down as you can. But people need to know these things about your brand, about you, when they look at your cover, when they scroll your feed, look at your page, okay? Decide what makes you different from every other Team Beachbody coach, right? They need to know your vibe, your personality. Like, some of you guys are freaking hysterical, but I don't see anything funny on your social media page, right? Like, some of you guys are pretty funny and you make me laugh all the time. And I'm not seeing that necessarily coming out in you. Like, we want people to know like your personality. If you're silly, if you're serious, if you're, if you're laid back, if you kind of get anxious, like whatever your personality is, try to think about what makes your personality kind of different, or just you, your style. What is your style? Like, how would you describe your style? Because I think that some of you could probably identify and describe my style, just from seeing my post or whatever. And I think you could with your coach as well. But just describe your style so that you can be more intentional about it, or maybe even develop it more over time. Your favorites. Like your favorite stores, your favorite colors. One of my favorite colors is pink, and I've noticed that pink is showing up everywhere in my feed. So now I'm trying to intentionally do that. There's got to be pink somewhere in my photo for me to showcase it, even if it's pink lipstick, right? Rituals that I have, trinkets that I'm obsessed with, products, just obsessions, my favorite splurges, those kinds of things. I really do think that when people look at your storefront, your magazine cover, they've got to know what services you're here to help people with. Okay. Do they know that when they look at your feed right now? They may know you work out and you eat healthy, but do they know that you're also here to help? And I did say there's two things here, because you guys, you are a business owner where you can help someone with their journey, but you can also help someone start their own business too. And there's a lot of times I'm not seeing that happen. Actually, a lot of the time. Again, we're on our A game. Fear, doubt, all of those things are out of our mind. Okay. So if you're right now thinking, yeah, but I'm not you, I'm not really making much money. I mean, I've only helped one person, or I'm brand new. Like, I can't invite to the business yet. I don't even know really like how to place an order yet. That's your own limiting belief right there. You're an independent business owner where you have the power to gift someone the opportunity to make a decision if they want to start a business helping people. Okay. You are a part of a tribe that is freaking amazing, and that gives away all of our knowledge and training and wants nothing more than to help every single person on this team succeed. It doesn't matter your level of success or not in this business. All you have to do is say, you know what, there is this really cool opportunity. You know what, like if you can share this with your friends and family and help them too. Sometimes, for whatever reason, we've got this blockage when it comes to sharing the business. Like, we have to be someone or something, or we've got to know so much, or we've got to have this level of success. And that is so not freaking true. I still will never forget the day that I heard Lindsay Matway say, the day that I signed up in the business, I became an Emerald coach, because I was ready to build this business. Like, you're ready to build it or not. And building the business means inviting other people to be part of it. And yes, when people go to your storefront, I'm not sure they know that you are a coach who has a team or is building a team, of other people helping other people, that you're creating a ripple effect. I'm not sure if people know that. And I have to be really honest and just say it out loud, call it like it is, because I think that's something that we all need to put more attention and focus there. Okay. Because our brand is so much more than mom life, or is so much more than a workout, a daily workout. Our brand is so all encompassing on all of the services that we can offer people. And one of those is to be your own business owner. I know so many people in their lives right now that would be so thankful to have a second stream of income for their family, and this is one of those streams of income that is like, help people while you help yourself, with no strings attached. Like, it's pretty freaking awesome. And I think we just need to own that a little bit more. So they also need to know what's important to us, what's our specialty, what we value in our life, and what is our message to our ideal customer. I always like to say, like, my message is, like, I say a few things. I believe in you before you believe in yourself. I like to say that a lot. And I also like to say that I'm helping families, I'm helping homes get healthier and happier, one mom at a time. And so that's kind of like my overall like message or mantra or mission that I have for my own business. Like, we have, a vision for our company, a vision for our team, but like you got to have your own thing too, that you're like, so why am I doing this? Like, what am I fighting for? What am I working hard for here? Like, why are people going to want to say yes to me? Because I want to make homes happier and healthier. And it starts with mom. My ideal client is a mom. And so, that's something that I really want to have just right out there in the open. And I want to remind myself of it every day. So, okay, this is what will be on your magazine cover. Okay, so hopefully you guys have been writing some ideas down, and I've given you plenty to think about. I hope so. So what you're going to do next is actually design your own cover for your brand, for your magazine cover, for your storefront, whatever you want to call it. You're going to design it yourself, and you're going to have 4 different things on here. Okay, your title. Like I said, mine's Erin Young Fitness. It's going to have a picture of you. Okay. Just like being you, like being like authentically, like having the look on your face that captures who you are. Like that picture, it can be a professional photo, or it can just be one that you're like, I love that picture of me. Like, that's a good picture of me. Or it has this silly laugh, like where somebody caught you doing like this funny laugh, or your like arms are wrapped all around your kids or whatever. And you're just like, I love that picture, like a picture that just captures you, like just you. And you're like, I love it. It's perfect. It's me. It's going to have your message, your mantra, your mission that you're wanting to get across to your ideal customer. But then it's going to have, and this is where you get to have fun and be really creative, your six, and I'm saying 6, we've talked about 5 pillars before, but I'm asking you to go for 6 headings, like headings that you would see on a magazine cover that outline what's inside. What's inside of that magazine? When you open it up, what's in there? What are you going to get from Megan or Sarah or Erica or, Alicia? What are you going to get? What's inside? Because it's more than a daily workout, isn't it? It's so much more. It's more than being like a stressed out hot mess mom. It's so much more than that. It really is. And that may be, you're like, but that's all I see right now, Erin. Oh, there's more. You got to dig deep. There's way more that people are going to get from you. Because remember back to your ideal customer, to your Hillary, to whoever, she's struggling with a lot of things. And she's wanting to make changes in her life. But we've got to help her relate to us. We've got to add value to her life. And we have to make her smile and laugh and know that like we get each other. Okay. So there's way more to you than mom life or a daily workout. And it's that in between, what Keisha Fitzgerald calls the connective tissue, that's going to help her or him see that magazine should be opened up. Okay. And so that is what is going to be a game changer for you when you know what these 6 headlines are of your magazine. Okay. The headings, the headlines, whatever you want to call them. That's the connective tissue that's missing right now in your social media feed. That's what's missing in your storefront. the in between the workout and the mom life. That is what is missing. And that is when you are going to make some waves when you start figuring that out. Okay. And so I'll show you mine, because I want to wait to show you mine, because I want you to really think about that. Because I was able to come up with mine after I really sat down and I thought about Hillary. Like, let me show you like where I wrote all of this down. And I look at it every day. And it's like on the back of a random piece of paper. Like, I mean, I just feel I couldn't stop. Like, I could have probably gone on and on and on about how she feels and what she struggles and what her life is like, and what, like just all kinds of different things here. And so when I'm sitting down to think about a post, I think about my headlines, my headings. I think about her, and I decide, do I want to make her laugh today? Do I want to inspire her today? Do I want to invite her into my world today? Like, what do I want to say to her today? Like, I am that intentional. I'm not throwing crap out into the dark any longer. And I refuse, because it doesn't make a dent. It doesn't make a difference, And I think that, I think we're all doing amazing things, but I think what we're missing is the connective tissue. I also think what is missing is that people aren't really sure like what we're doing. People aren't really sure that, like, oh my gosh, you're like a business owner. Wait, I can do that too? Wow. Like, that's kind of what's missing. Okay. And so here's what mine looks like. Okay. So I legit I have already been thinking about this. So, I put some time into the thought, but not the creation. Okay. It just had pictures made. So it was like perfect timing. I made this in Canva. It's free. It's a free program on your computer. There's an app, but I think the app is too hard to use, and I don't like it. There's even a template on Canva for magazine cover. So I was like, perfect. And it was like already, the layout was already here. All I had to do was like click, drag a photo, and change the text. Like, seriously, it was so easy. Like, and I already had all these kind of thought out and written down. Like, I took so many notes thinking about this myself, taking myself through my own training tonight. And then just said, okay, let's put it on a picture. Like, that's it. It was really that easy. And so for me, Erin Young Fitness is my brand. That's me. I'm my brand. Healthy and happy families, one mom at a time. That's my mission. That's my message that I want people to get out there, to know about me. So then my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah, making sure I had 6. Fit and Fab Mom. If you open up that magazine, you're going to see and get a fit and fabulous mom. And that covers the fitness part, that covers healthy, that covers the bikini for Mexico, that covers the clothing, the makeup, the everything that I love. It's all there. Okay. Healthy recipes and hacks. People love healthy recipes. They love knowing your favorite things. They love knowing how to get your kids to eat healthy, like all that fun stuff. Okay. A lot of you guys are really good at that stuff. Hashtag that mom life, yo. That's like the struggle is real mom life stuff, like you get that. It's just mom life, right? Kids are homesick. Oh man, Renee's like got a puker. Okay, it's mom life, yo. Like, people open that magazine, they're going to get real life, real mom life. They open the magazine and they're going to get this. This is where my brand has evolved from a full-time English teacher, working hard ass, waking up at 4 a.m., going to bed who knows when, like, hustling, grinding. I'm still hustling and grinding, but it looks different this day and age for me. But almost 40, dream big, find your tribe and crush life. That is my inspiration, my motivation to be your best woman, to be your best self, and to make sure that you are happy living this life and knowing there are other options and opportunities to dream big and crush goals and find your tribe. That's that coach opportunity. That's that's just like women empowerment for me. Let your past be your teacher. I have so many things, and all of us have a past that has brought us to where we are today, so much wiser, so much smarter, thank goodness, right? Like some of us have overcome so many crazy obstacles. We've learned from them. We've overcome. We've grieved. We've lost. Like, oh my gosh, like we've had so much happen in our lives that have brought us to where we are today. And I am bound and determined to let my past be a teacher for me and for others, and that will help me relate to other people. And then lastly, this is like another fun part of me, but my relationship with my husband is so incredibly important. We're always evolving and changing. We love to travel together. We love to go on dates. I think it's a huge part of our success in life is our relationship and just how we've never stopped dating. And we don't take things too seriously. We still drink our wine and we love it. You know, it's kind of our little hobby is red wine. And so that is something that comes up a lot of times in my posts, in my brand, and people love to see that kind of real life happening. And so, you know, this is my brand. And I think that most of you would agree with it. You're like, yeah, that's true. That's what you get from Erin, you know. But what's cool about this is I was kind of already almost here to this point. But once I really sat down and said, okay, really, who are you? Who are you talking to? Who are you trying to reach and how? You know, this is when I was able to really confidently put this together. And this is that connective tissue that's missing. Before I was a fit and fab mom, I was healthy recipes and hacks easily and mom life easily. Okay, all that. Boom, I could do 3 posts a day every day about that. Okay, but it's the other part, right? That's more the connective tissue that's missing. And that's part of your brand, I think, that's missing. Is what are those other parts that people get when they open the magazine or they look in the storefront and they decide if it's worth going in, if they decide if it's worth engaging in. And so your job now is to get out of your comfort zone and again, fear, doubt, boom, it's gone. Okay, I'm a teacher. I'm on my A game. I'm here tonight for myself to learn and to grow. Log on to Canva, make a free account, search the templates, find magazine, upload a photo of yourself, boom, create your magazine cover. Okay, like just do it. Don't say, oh, I'm not good with technology. Oh, my computer's so, what, you guys, come on now. Okay, like we're going to do it. We're just going to do it. Okay, and so I want you to create your own cover and I want you to post it on the team page. And I want you to tag your coach when you do it, especially tag me. Because if you don't tag me, I don't see it, okay? Because there's too many things going on, too many bells and whistles going on. So tag me, tag your coach, and you want to do this by next Tuesday because we don't want to learn something and not implement it. Especially we do not want to learn this and not implement it before then Erica takes this to the next step and says, okay, now let's take this and see what it looks like on social media. Okay. Because that's what we're going to do next week. And so you got to get this part done. You got to get part 1 done so that you can rock part 2 next week. And you're like rolling and moving and grooving and you're making an impact on social media. But you guys, this is the secret sauce. The moment you start storytelling and the moment you start being true to you and accepting you for who you are, and stop like worrying about what people think about you and stop trying to post or whatever. Like we got to be ourselves and we got to be so freaking thankful and proud of it. Fear and doubt is gone. Limiting beliefs no more. Like you are a coach and you said yes to the opportunity. You showed up tonight for a reason. And I know more than anything, you want to post something and it impacts somebody. I know more than anything that you want to put something out into the universe and it connects with the right person. I know you want to expand your network. I know you want to expand your audience and your reach and your impact on other people's lives. And this is that huge step in that direction is like, who are you talking to? And what message are you putting out there? And why does someone want to open your magazine and step inside and learn more? Like we got to know that. And it has to go beyond fitness. It has to go beyond, just the nutrition part or just having kids or whatever it is, that makes you different from everybody else. And I think when you do that, it's going to feel you're having that clarity is going to feel really, really good. And it's going to be fun to come up with ideas. Not scary. Okay. It's really fun to sit down and say, okay, like what does Hillary need to hear this week? And for me, a lot of what she's going to hear this week is filling the void because that's the void that I felt as a new mom, filling the void. It helps you come up with your stories. It helps you come up with what to say and how to say it in a way that's going to connect. Okay. So I hope that that was good stuff for you guys tonight. And, that's all I have for you. Okay. So let's see. Let me see. I think that's it. Like I'm done. Okay. So your task is to create your own magazine cover, put it up on the page. Like raise your hand. Are you down for that? Like, are you going to take this challenge? Please say yes. Okay. Yes. You're like, I want to do it tonight. Like it's 10 o'clock, you guys. Like we need to get some sleep because you got to get up early and start eating at like 5 a.m. or something, right? Okay. So you can't do that right now, right? So you need to get to bed. If you got any ideas though, you need to write them down. That's all you need to do is brain dump. That's what you got. Like that's what I have to do on Sunday nights. Brain dump. Get it all out so that this doesn't happen as you're trying to sleep at night. All the ideas have to come out, and then tomorrow it's going to come together beautifully. Okay, so it took me lots of time to process and to figure out, and mine is changing and evolving as I change and evolve. Okay, all right. So I'm going to stop the recording. Thank you guys so much.